welcome to MGP494. I'm Kev, and with me as ever, the Sheepdog, Marvel and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
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 Hello, everybody. Are we all looking forward to my nipples being out in public in just a matter of days?
What? Hey?
Me and Anna are going on holiday. Me and Anna are going on holiday in a couple of days. We're having we're going to Mansfield, and we're gonna be in a hot tub, and I'm gonna have my nipples out on the deck, and it's gonna be lovely.
Well, imagine if it's snowing and you get to be in a hot tub with your nipples out in snow.
That's my dream. That's what I want. We went there this time last year, and it never snowed. It just got very cold. And my dream is that it will snow, and I can have my barbecue from in the hot tub whilst snow is all around me, and I'm there, nipples out in the snow, eating barbecue food.
I feel like this is something we've both we've never discussed off air before, but my friends asked if I wanted to go on a skiing holiday, and they were like, it'd be really good. And I was like, yeah, I'll just watch you skiing. And in my head, they were skiing while I was just in a hot tub in the snow. Nipples out, I'm sure, because I wouldn't have been wearing a t-shirt in it. I don't think I was. But yeah, that was my plan. And I feel like I was saying to him, this sounds like the best idea for a holiday ever, because I will literally just sit. I thought I'd just drink brandy or something. That's what people drink in snow, isn't it? I'll just drink brandy in a hot tub while they ski and snowboard. And
Well, we were just discussing off air that as part of Non-League Legend this year, I'm going to visit every club that I manage as part of the save. It sounds like I need to be loading up the Swiss League so that we can arrange a little February trip to Zurich. Or is there snow in Zurich?
A friend who I think lives in Switzerland. It's Switzerland or Sweden. It's one of the two.
They're the same thing. There's no difference between the two of them.
Exactly. So he lives in one of them. I think it's the one with Zurich in it. And we could just...
Sweden, I think that is, yeah.
I've no idea. You could be
joking.
Listeners
will confirm. Nah, I don't joke. I'm the straight man around here. I don't do any of the funny stuff.
The team that are still in the World Cup, or were still in the World Cup, because I'm sure they asked him the other day if he was watching them, and I don't know if Sweden are in the World Cup. I'm pretty sure Switzerland are.
Yeah, Sweden didn't qualify. Switzerland are also no longer in the World Cup.
So it was them, yeah, because they asked him if he was watching the game, and he doesn't know anyone there, so he just sat at home and watched it, and I was just like, okay, I will remember what... I thought to myself, from now on, I'll remember what country it is, and I failed like a day on. I still don't remember.
It was definitely Switzerland. Well, there you go. When we go to Switzerland, because I'm managing FC Zurich, we'll make sure we get a hot tub in the snow and drink. You can drink brandy while I watch you drink brandy and enjoy the fact I finally get to see your nipples after all these years.
See, there was no one else in the hot tub with me when this happened before.
Now I'm sat opposite you, just staring at your chest, fascinated that you actually have skin down there.
I'm just going to wear a towel.
I bet you're so hairy. I bet you'll look like you're wearing a towel. I just think you're completely covered in hair, and that's why you're an ever nude. I think it's just thick hair over every inch of your body.
I think if I know we're going to Zurich to sit topless in a pool, that I'll probably stick some of the Veet hair removal stuff that I bought on and just go completely hairless.
I'm not sure which I'd prefer. That sounds pretty scary as well. Oh my goodness me! So yeah, Pab, you can come too. You can watch us. It's going to be lovely. Anna doesn't want to come. Yeah, do you want to come, Anna?
No, thanks.
Sit in the hot tub with us three. We're going to have a lovely old time.
It's fine.
You can ski while we're in the hot tub.
I can't ski. I'm not allowed.
We can't ski
snowboarding
either.
And doing flips.
I can't do them neither because my foot it sticks out. I can't put.
We just talked about how your foot's getting fixed because of
I'm only
something.
having an insole. I'm not having my foot reconstructed, am I?
You should tell the man that it's a failure if you can't ski.
You know how, like in Rocky, because he's left-handed, it makes him a better fighter because people aren't used to a southpaw and it gives him an advantage over his rivals and everything. Maybe your feet being at a weird angle will make you a world-class snowboarder that just can naturally do flips and stuff because your feet are bent funny. So
that is a good point.
Yeah, have you considered that, Anna?
I haven't.
Because when I tried to learn skiing when I was at school, and I couldn't make my feet move in this way that put the skis closer together to stop or something. I can't remember what it was called. But your feet might naturally do that, so they might be able to skip you over the beginner stuff and go straight into the advanced stuff.
I don't think I could do snowboarding. I had a skateboard style thing called a Sidewinder for my 11th birthday, and I dreamt about this for ages. Basically, it was two disconnected feet things that were linked together by a bar, and you were supposed to twist your feet in and out to make it go. And for months, I dreamt about how great it was going to be, me flying around the place super fast on this thing, just by twisting my feet in and out. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't get it to move at all. So I never used it. I was very sad. Pab's about to tell us he's the world Sidewinder champion.
No.
And I'm going to be very upset.
They called him Sidewinder everywhere he went.
Nope, not me. I know what they were, though. At least I do know what you mean.
We should all get Sidewinders when we go to Switzerland or Sweden. I imagine they're still cool there. Yeah, exactly. So other than exciting skiing news, anything else exciting happened this week?
I had a very bizarre conversation with a doctor, which I was looking forward to sharing. Do you remember a while back I was talking about how every day at a certain time I got like overwhelmed weakness, and if anyone ever wanted to try and assassinate me, there was a specific time of day that you could do it. I'm pretty sure we had this conversation because after telling the doctor that it had only been a problem for a couple of months, I then suddenly thought to myself, no, I talked about this on the podcast about a year ago. So it's been going on longer than I thought, which is foolish on my part. But they sent me for a blood test, and very quickly in the results, it says that I've got like low blood sugar, which is surprising. You've seen me drink like 2 very large syrup-only Dr. Peppers.
But I've also been telling you for 10 years you've got diabetes.
But I've got the opposite of diabetes. I've got hypoglycemia, which is a very bizarre set of circumstances because you only get that if your body's producing insulin too much and this kind of thing, which...
Because it's always on alert for Dr. Pepper syrup, I guess. That's why.
Maybe. So anyway, that's a bit alarming, and I'm not trying to be a bring down because I was chatting to the doctor about it, and he wants me to go for all these scans and tests and this, that, and the other. So it's a little bit worrying. But he said the best line I've ever heard a doctor say. He was like, "I've prescribed you these tablets. I want you to get them later." He said, "Just carry them around on yourself, and if you ever feel this coming on, just take a couple of them, and everything will balance out." He goes, I thought this would make sense to put you on this now because it's a lot better and a lot easier than just carrying around a donut all the time. I was just like, you think I was just going to carry a donut around in the street? He was like, you don't want to just carry a donut everywhere you go. Carry these tablets instead. That's all I've got in my head now.
You should have explained to the man that if you ever have a donut, you eat the donut. You wouldn't ever be able to store a donut.
But if this doctor had it in his head that my plan was to just carry around a safety donut just in case I needed to nibble on it. But we had a good chat back and forth about it, and he's just said, yeah, take these tablets. They'll sort me out. I almost got out of having to ever drive again. He said, ring the DVLA, tell them this is an issue. They might not let you drive, but I rang them and they said I'm fine. So that's a bit annoying. My independence continues. But I was thinking, I'd be able to be like, Kev, give me a lift to EGX. Mrs. Sheepdog, drive me everywhere. I'll never have to take the kids to school again.
I won't ever drive you anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suspect you've become more like me.
I'd make you get the bus.
On a train.
Yeah.
I'd make him drive me.
You can get the megabus and like it.
6
Not
hours.
getting on the megabus. Their logo, man, scares the heck out of me. He's so evil looking.
I don't even know what to say.
It's a creep.
I wasn't expecting you to have megabus opinions.
So, yeah, I mean, if you are out there and you've been carrying a donut around like every day just in case for the past like however many years, apparently there's tablets out there to save you having to do it
I've just
anymore.
had to start carrying a donut around again because I think I've retorn my bumhole. Different kind of donut, but I am sore currently.
What?
There you go. So maybe there are tablets for that. Maybe you need to talk to your doctor and say, look, I've been carrying this donut around. My mate says I can get tablets that will save me, haven't you?
Apparently the solution for me is to eat vegetables and I'll stop doing rock hard cricket ball poos and tearing my bumhole.
My dad's immediate reaction when I was telling him about this ailment that I'm currently being diagnosed was, maybe you need to stop being a vegetarian. And I was like, Dad, like being a vegetarian doesn't cause all of these health issues that you keep assuming. He's got an agenda against it. He wants me. That man is so interested in me eating meat again. Like any opportunity to tell me that I need to start eating meat, he's like, he definitely.
He's funded by Big Cow, clearly.
Definitely. He does
He's on the
keep
take.
talking about Big Cow.
There you go. Well, there we have it, boys and girls. There was, without wanting to get too topical about video games, there was gaming news this week because they did the whole gaming awards things that we talked about briefly at the end of the podcast the other week. And they, well, I mean, if anyone's got any opinions on them, we can get onto them in a moment. But I do just want to blame Pab for something first, because Pab's ruined my holiday for next week. I hope you're happy with yourself.
I've ruined your holiday. Okay, what have I done?
when we were talking about the Game Awards shortlist, you mentioned Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and how you thought I'd like it. So I spent, for some reason, rather than just buying it, I pulled a Sheepdog and spent a couple of days researching it because I figured it was a big commitment. There's 3 games in the series just on the Switch. There's a huge lore outside of that. Each one of these games is massive. It's a big commitment. I didn't want to just lump straight into it unless I knew I was going to like it. But I did a couple of days research, by which I mean I watched nearly 3 YouTube videos and decided, actually, yes, I think I'll enjoy this game. So I went onto Amazon to try and buy it, and it was sold out. I could only get the download code. And I thought, oh, you know what? I quite like having all of my boxes. I've got quite a lot of boxes of Switch games now. It's the only physical games I still buy. I want to buy it physically. So, although I couldn't get it on Amazon, so I went on to Anna's favourite, because Anna is sponsored by Shop2, as everybody knows.
I'm really not.
Shop2.net/Anna for huge discounts, probably. And I don't even know if that's their website. But I ordered it off of Shop2 2 days ago, and Postman haven't brought it, Pab. So we're going on holiday on Monday, and thanks to you, there's a game I want to play that I'm now going to have to buy twice just to play it. I'm going to have to download it because the postman hasn't come because no one told me the postman was on strike.
Kevin, there's 2 more days yet.
They'll
probably bring it tomorrow.
Well, if they don't, I'm going to have to... I am on the verge of just downloading it now out of panic because it's still not here.
I just realised my postman's been coming to my door and delivering me post during the strikes.
Postman. That was a fake postman.
Oh, I think he might be a scab.
Start me on that. Don't start me on that.
I should be gobbing in his face coming to my door during a strike. How dare he cross the picket lines?
Well, if he can come to mine and bring me my game, I'd prefer that, thank you.
If he comes tomorrow, he's getting a turd in the eye.
It was only today.
Yeah, and now today.
And then they're back for 2 days.
Thank God
and then
you told me that.
And then they're on strike on the 11th again.
You should have let him turd the postman. I can't believe you stopped him from turding an innocent man.
Sid.
I know. That would have been
now
brilliant.
I'm not even sure if I saw him today. I could have been turning an innocent man who came yesterday, and I've just got my days mixed up. It has been a weird week. Did he come today?
No.
I think we found he was on strike today, Sheepdog.
He better have been. I'm going to ask him tomorrow. I'll say.
Postman turned up today with parcels.
Yeah, without my game though.
They're not delivering post. They're delivering parcels. Yours would be in like the letterpost.
I am fuming. This company you've raved about for so long.
I know,
conspired with Pab to ruin my day.
Anna's been raving about Royal
My
Mail.
game was 2 days late, so...
You and Pab have got together to make me want something that I now can't have.
No, I didn't. Wait. How did I do this, right?
Because you told me it existed and said I'd quite like it.
But I'm also the person that doesn't buy physical games. And I would never tell you to buy a physical game because downloads are easier, quicker, and more convenient.
I agree. I think I'm going to do the 2 for £84 jobby on the Nintendo store.
That's what I do every time.
And then I've got to find a second game.
Well, what's my second
months.
game? Them vouchers last 12 months. You'll buy another Pokemon game in 12 months.
Well, there's a new Fire Emblem out next month
yes,
that I didn't realise was coming.
Yes,
so
there is.
I'll probably get that on it as well. I think we might have a solution.
Are you telling me there's a new Pokemon game coming out in the next 12 months?
Dude, I'd prick your ears up. No. And if it probably are, and it's a load of trash like the other ones, but...
Whoa!
You're a damn fool, Pab.
Won't have you speak ill of the game of the year, Pabby.
Anna, we need to have a conversation. We need to
group You two can try whatever you want to try. The fix is already in. It's inevitable, and neither of you can stop it from happening.
Potentially, I have an idea, Anna. I have an idea. We'll discuss.
What could you possibly have lined up that would get one of us to vote for it?
I have an idea.
Here we go.
Persona doesn't count. It was a re-release this year. If that's your filthy little plan.
It's not a bad idea, but no.
So yeah, I mean, obviously the Game Awards happened. I'll level with you. Don't know who won.
Elden Ring did.
Never heard
I googled it.
God of War had 5 for best actor, best score. Another 4 that I didn't read, but yeah.
Well, the God of War one that you played the other day.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so that made it into the charts, but the new Pokemon game didn't, even though
That's
they came out.
Pokemon
Reason,
didn't get nominated.
Sheepdog.
Pokemon didn't get nominated because it wasn't very good, apparently.
Yes.
Not because of when it was released.
That's ludicrous.
It was deemed not worthy.
That's ludicrous.
It's only the diehards
It's like-
that love it. That's the problem.
I'm not a
Yeah,
diehard.
Sure,
People playing it on
outsold-
You're
two
not
different
diehard.
consoles.
Oh yeah, I've nearly finished it the second time.
Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Massively
because there's
outsold
a
it.
lot of Pokemon fans out there. It doesn't make it a good game.
Yeah.
There's lots of WWE
Well, it
fans
is a
out there.
good game, and it outsold it in a weekend. It outsold what that did in its first week in a weekend.
Yeah,
Sales
but
don't
it
make
doesn't
it a good
matter.
game.
It was a good
How
game,
many
though. It's the
sales
best
does
game they've
WWE
done in a
games
bloody
make?
long time.
And they are
I'm playing it right
garbage.
now. I'm enjoying it so much.
Pab, this is like this is better than Sword and Shield, which was excellent.
That's not a high bar.
Well, it is because it was an
No.
excellent game that I played through 5 times, Pab.
That's
It
your
was an
problem.
excellent game. It's not my problem.
Mhm.
It's absurd that isn't in their running. That's insane.
It wasn't nominated.
It should have been nominated.
Because
It
there
got
was better
average- The
games.
average score is about 6.
Yeah, because people
That's-
care about frame rate and nonsense
Yeah,
like that,
and
which is
weird
irrelevant
forms.
to gameplay. There needs to be the gameplay awards where you just look at how
I'm
fun
sorry,
a game
but the
is to
game
play
is
and judge it
exactly the
based
same
on that.
Again. It's
It
not
gets
that different.
slated. It gets slated for not having the entire decks in it because people are morons.
No, it doesn't.
It does. That's
Only
like
by
the biggest
the
complaint.
diehard numpties that are like sort of a offshoot
I
of
thought
you.
the diehard were the ones who liked
Yeah,
it.
there's an offshoot who
You gotta
like,
decide,
who demand
Do the
everything.
diehards like it or not like it?
No,
You're not
they're
being
both.
clear.
There are offshoots of diehards. They
Pulling
'cause-
words out your ass, Pab.
Dear me. It
You've
just
upset us here.
nominated, that's all.
I mean, it says everything. It just says everything, doesn't it? The awards. There's not even in anything.
Pab, Shredder's
says it all.
Revenge made it as an
Yeah.
action game on here,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was good. I enjoyed it, but
Yeah.
like,
People did. It's a
wasn't
good game.
better than Pokemon.
Well, not according to the Game Award.
Well, the real game of the year is going to be announced in a couple of weeks when we do it, and we'll see what gets nominated then, Pabby. We will
Did you
see.
see? Did you see the hilarious thing where the Elden Ring team walked up to collect the award?
Oh,
and as they
yes,
were
I
walking,
did.
They're walking. They left their chairs, Kev. They're walking along. This guy, this kid, just walks down the middle of the aisle, just joins the back of the queue, goes on stage. They all accepted their awards, and he just stood there behind them, all congratulating them. And as they were leaving, he just leant over and said he'd like to make this award a tribute to his rabbi, Bill Clinton. And then they just dragged him off stage because he wasn't supposed to be there. And it was like absolutely absurd that he got away with it. He's probably in prison now. But
Yeah, he got arrested.
I can't believe that was what he shouted out as well. Like, he could have said anything, couldn't he? It's just
I thought he was. I didn't watch the video. I watched the video, but watched it on silent. And I thought he was on about he wanted a re-release of Dead something, Dead Souls or whatever it's called.
I only saw the comment about Bill Clinton, so I didn't see the rest. If there was more to his speech, because they let him speak as well. Like, they went. Two people walked on stage to stop him. Saw that he was saying something, so they stopped a moment, and then when he finished saying Bill Clinton, they just dragged him away, and it was like, oh, okay, they really wanted to hear him out first, just in case. But yeah, that's now my new
he
aim in life.
secretly worked on the game.
I really want to do that now, though. I want to sneak on stage during an award and make an announcement.
Well, let's go to these awards next year. We can turn up a few days in advance, check the shortlists are sensible, and then sneak on stage. I
I
think
just
this is a
sneak
plan.
on and give an award to Pokemon.
I think that's
Only
a very
because
solid
you
plan.
like it doesn't mean like other people in the gaming.
I'm other people in the
gaming
gaming
thing.
thing. I'm
That-
another person in
yes,
the
but
gaming thing. I like it.
Because you like the game, but you.
And I have a policy of always disagreeing with Sheepdog.
No, you
and
don't.
even-
No, you don't.
You went on last year that Pokemon is the best. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Right.
I disagree with him about everything other than this. This is his one thing that he's right about. Pokemon's quite good.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
It's
to
the
you
world's
two.
greatest IP.
It doesn't mean everybody likes it. I
Legends
don't
Arceus
like it.
was on the role-playing game list. I feel like, Elden Ring was always going to win all of these. I feel like they've thrown the most money at it, to be fair. But yeah, I'm guessing these aren't like ranks because it's like listed 5th on here. I'm guessing it didn't come 5th. That would be weird.
Possibly.
Maybe they didn't rank them. But yeah, no, weird to not have it in the role-playing game list against Triangle Strategy. And Xenoblade Chronicles made the shortlist. Live a Live.
Yeah, well,
or
that's
Live
why
Alive.
I've bought it, because Pab told me I'd like it. So I'll be able to let
really.
you know. If it turns up before we go on holiday on next week's show, I'll be able to tell you if it's better than Pokemon or not. So I'll have played both then. So I might be changing my tune next week. I'm very up for turning on Sheepdog.
It's all right. I might have to get in on it as well. It does sound good. When I looked at it, this might be something I add to my Christmas list. Interesting. Pabby,
There you go. We're going to be converts. It's all Pab's fault.
You're welcome.
You're only welcome if it turns up. You're colluding with the postman to ruin my week.
It doesn't turn up. I don't know what you're complaining at.
Well, then I have to buy it twice, don't I?
You send it back.
I won't though. Anna's seen the my clothes zone.
I was going to send it to me for Christmas.
When I buy clothes and they're the wrong size, rather than sending them back, I just leave them in the bedroom in a box, still wrapped up.
Well, you might one day be skinnier and shorter, or whatever the problem is.
Sometimes they're too big, sometimes they're too small, sometimes they're too green, and they just go in the box.
If you ever need to tie them together to escape out the window because you're locked in your room or something.
I've got loads of escape clothes. Yeah, I am sorted for that. Not a problem.
Excellent.
So, that was Games Awards news. When it comes to actually games I've played this week, believe it or not, it's only Pokemon and Football Manager. I've not even played very much Football Manager because I basically got myself so far ahead last week so that we could go away. I've only played Football Manager a couple of days this week. So mainly Pokemon. Finished Violet. Haven't finished the Pokedex yet because I tried to use Sheepdog's system for getting all the trades. I can only assume that everyone in the world played Violet because I went on there trying to trade for the exclusives and I was never pairing up with the Scarlet ones. It was always people who had the Violet jobbies, whichever side of the little graph that Sheepdog sent me I was on. I just could not trade for the Scarlet exclusives. So I decided to just get my spare Switch out and I'm now 6 gyms into Scarlet and I've already traded a couple of them across and I'll do that. I'll just play through this one, I guess, and that's how I'm going to get the exclusives. I did manage to get to the point where I could do the Charizard raids last weekend, which I was quite impressed with myself with because I said on last week's podcast I wouldn't be able to. And then I spent about 15 hours leveling up. I had to go around and redo all of the gyms and then do all the stuff to actually unlock it in the first place. Then I had to get myself an Azumarill and level him all the way up to level 100 and make sure he was built properly and all that kind of stuff. So it was a good 15-hour stretch over the course of Friday night, Saturday morning into Sunday morning. And but then I did get it done Sunday lunchtime, got myself a little Charizard and was very pleased with myself. A weekend well spent, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I did when I said this last week, didn't I? But I spent the week trying to. I realised that as well as Charizard, you can obviously breed it to get a Charmander and a Charmeleon, and then I realised you could trade for a Wooper that's like the old style that evolves into a different Pokemon, and there's a Meowth you can get that evolves into different Pokemon. So I realised there was like 4 or 5 Pokemon that I was missing that weren't in the decks, but you could get them. So that was a fun little sort of afternoon spent just getting all those bits together. And then I've just been trying to get shinies and failing miserably, if I'm honest. Like I hatched over 100 eggs trying to get a shiny Cetoddle so I could evolve it into a Cetitan that was shiny. And yeah, 100 eggs in and I've not achieved it yet. So I'm like planning on doing it again at some point. I did it during a football match. It was only like the 90 minutes of the match. While I was watching that, I was just getting my sort of 5 eggs in my team, running around in circles for a bit, hatching them all. Oh, none of you are shiny, right into the blender with you. Next one's out, and I'm done now. Like rest of the game's completely finished. I'm just doing random nonsense until the DLC comes out, effectively, which I don't think it's going to come out till June. So I'm probably going to stop playing.
Well, there was new raids out today, wasn't there? Which I don't really understand because they're raids that were the things that I already had.
Yeah,
so I was a bit confused about what that was about. I didn't do enough reading to actually learn what was unique about them.
That's weird because it's like a Tyranitar that's ghost type and a Salamence that's steel type, I think, if I remember rightly. And so I don't know if you could already get them like that in the game before or whether they're just harder to beat and so it's a bigger challenge and you'll get more of a reward for it or what. But it was a weird one to suddenly announce and do... just something. If they'd have swapped them around, if someone playing Scarlet could have got Salamence, that would have been good because you can't get that unless you're playing Violet, and vice versa with Tyranitar, but it's not that way around. So it is a weird one to go second, and they're doing Charizard again next week. I guess they're just testing the waters to see what people are into, and then
I imagine most normal people aren't at the point where they can do this stuff yet. You have to be a special kind of nerd to already be messing around in the post game, presumably. Normal people won't have put 60 hours in by now.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, it's hard to say, thinking about it, because Ollie had completed it before I had. But then he's a kid who had all the time in the world, I suppose. So I don't know. Like I don't think he played it excessively. I think he just steamed through it. You don't have to complete the decks to get to that point. You only have to complete the story. I have got all the Pokemon, all the gyms, everything else done. I was trying to see if there's any other bits I hadn't touched in it that I could look at, but I can't remember. I looked the other day. I'm obviously well over 80 hours, probably over 90 hours at this point into it, which is mad. I've not touched I haven't streamed this week because I've not been well, so I haven't done any more Violet yet. But yeah, I plan on completing that. Do you think at some point should we talk off air about the game, or should we talk on air about the kind of the Paradox Pokemon? I think that's probably a spoiler-free way of wording it.
Maybe that's something we can talk about after it's one game of the year in a few weeks.
Yeah, fair, cool.
We'll give people time to get to that point. This is your 2-week warning. In a couple of weeks, when Pokemon wins Game of the Year, because Pab and Anna can't do anything to stop that from happening, we'll fill the podcast with spoilers.
I just
that
won't
day.
join in because there's no point. Because you're already saying that Pokemon, so there's no point getting involved. I'll just go.
Well, then if you do that, you're guaranteeing Pokemon wins.
Well, no, because I'm going to, because it's going to be 2 against 2. How can you get?
Yeah, so if it's 2 against 2, there's no guarantee it wins at the moment. If neither of you two vote for it at all, we can't force it through on our own. If you two collude as well, you two are going to have to collude as well.
Oh, well then Pokemon wins because I say
sound
so.
like me. Doesn't sound like me.
When has he ever done that? I don't.
Yeah.
How
That's
dare
all he
you
ever does.
What must you take me for? I don't
questioning
know.
these? Yeah.
I'm not Richard Osman on the House of Games when he had his partner on there and they colluded and she won. That made me. You know how cross that made me.
One time.
You know how cross that made me when his other half was on there and she won. I don't watch that program anymore because I'm so cross with their lack of integrity.
He met him on there as well.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just very cross. Very, very cross. Ruined that. That was my favourite show and it's been ruined for me.
I trailed off my sentence because I forgot what the word integrity was, and I was sat there thinking, I can't think of the words. I'm glad you finally said it, otherwise that would have eaten me alive for the rest of the podcast. I was like, what's the word I'm trying to think of? Integrity was the one. Oh, that was eating me, that was.
But yeah, that was Pokemon for this week, boys and girls. And now Pab can insert an advert because we're at the halfway point, and then Sheepdog, you're allowed to talk. Pab, advert me! Good adverting, Pab. You're very good at that.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
Yep.
So, I mean, games I've played this week have been more continuations, really. I played a bit more Soccer Story. That is fun. I feel like people would enjoy that. It's an easy game to just get and play. It's not very big.
I have downloaded it now.
Cool. Play it while you're
Maybe
off.
if Xenoblade Chronicles doesn't come, maybe I'll play that instead.
The other continuation that I got, so I don't know if I've ever talked about this on when I was talking about Disney Dreamlight Valley before, but Ben, my youngest, is absolutely obsessed with Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. It's his favourite character. He loves him. He's got a teddy he sleeps with. We keep getting him Stitch-related things. And they did a Christmas update for Dreamlight Valley. Where
oh, God, tell me about it. Oh, God.
I knew they were putting in Woody and Buzz, so I was like telling him all about how Toy Story were going to be in it and all, here it comes and all this. And then when the screen loaded to show the game, they always add in, so when it was Scar, they loaded a Scar desert theme with the lady in a safari outfit standing next to Scar. This time she was in like a snow outfit, and Buzz and Woody were building a snowman, but there was Stitch just dancing behind the woman, and Ben's face, he was just like, oh my God, like, is Stitch going to be in the update? So I told him probably, I Googled it, and yep, sure enough, he was. So we loaded it up, and he just was laughing his head off and screaming with excitement already. And he was like, let's just get Stitch first. He wanted to make him his buddy and walk around with him. So I looked into it, and the damn game, it hands you, Woody and Buzz, sorry, hands you them basically. You walk into a realm, you pay your way in, you walk into a realm, you help them figure out something where Woody's fallen out of a window, and you rescue him, and blah de blah, and they joined Dreamlight Valley and live there. That took us half an hour at best, but there's lots more missions to do to get to like level 10 friendships with them and so on and so forth. But the point is, they're unlocked, they're in the game. To get Stitch, we had to get this sock off the floor and take it to Donald Duck. Tell Donald Duck there's a sock there with his name on it. Donald's house has been wrecked. You got to go there and clean up the mess. You find this little pad that scans saliva on the sock and says, "Oh, we've got a third of the DNA here." So then Donald's like, "Maybe if you find the other 2/3 of the DNA, it will do something." I googled it. You got to wait 5 days for another sock to appear, and then another 5 days for this other thing to appear, and then you got to wait for this other thing to happen. And I was trying to explain to Ben that he's got to wait 15 days for Stitch to be in this game, and he does not understand time. He's there going, 15, I can count to 15. Is that going to happen? And I'm like, no. You got to think, you're finishing school in like 12 days. You'll be off for a few days more, and then it'll be there. It'll be here before Christmas, but not until, I felt like I wish they'd done it the other way around. I wish they'd catered for my exact needs. But he's very excited to know that if we jump through all these hoops, we'll get Stitch, and then he can run around with him. And yeah, we're back on that bandwagon of playing that again. And it's nice, but it was weird loading it back up. I don't know whether I've just been playing other games that are a lot smoother, but this felt clunky all of a sudden when I loaded it up.
You've been playing Pokemon. You can't say you've been playing games that are smoother.
Well, I haven't had any problems with Pokemon. It's only Pab that ever talked about anything buffering in it. I'm absolutely flabbergasted. I've never noticed a single problem with Pokemon.
Oh, you're delusional.
It's got nothing. It's got nothing.
Delusional.
You're talking about like something walking distance in the background, just having a slightly...
You tell me you don't notice someone, like a stop motion character in the background, just like chugging around, like it's like it's just moves at 5 frames a second.
I will admit that after you said it, I was doing a fight and there was a Pokemon wandering around in the distance and it sort of chopped, and I thought, oh, that's what Pab must be going on about. But it wasn't something that made me think, oh, this is the worst game ever, write him off. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, there's like 3 or 4 Pokemon on the screen while I'm doing a battle. They're all roaming around in the wild in the background, which is cool.
Right.
But none of the people did that. I've never noticed a person do that.
I don't hate the game, right? And most people who have reviewed the game don't necessarily hate it, but it's the lowest Metacritic scored game, was it? You said any Pokemon game.
I told you it'd been review bombed. I didn't tell you it was. It is the lowest.
Review bombed, all that nonsense. Whatever. These are often reviewed by people who like Pokemon, so they want to like the game and want to give it a good score because they like Pokemon games. But if it's bad because it runs bad, more often than not, everything else about this game is fine, apart from the fact that it runs bad.
The proper critics gave it a normal score. The user score is hammering it at a 3 because it's had over 1,000 negative reviews, which is completely unreasonable given it's a genuinely amazing game. It's genuinely brilliant.
I'm glad we got back round to Pokemon.
I'm looking at the reviews now. An irredeemable mess from a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Crashes, frame rate issues, poor texture quality, poor pop-in, pop-in, dreadful music.
Clip that, Pab. This could be his official review.
It's absolute nonsense.
Just getting up and I have to walk away.
He should walk away. He's just parroting idiots.
I'm walking away from you, you numbnut.
You should.
Are you smashing up your room? What's going on? Pab's furious.
Right, I'm okay now.
No, these reviews are absolutely distorting the truth or talking nonsense, exaggerating foolishness.
Calm down.
They're all reviews from the day it came out.
They're all paid by someone. They're all reviewed.
I didn't say they were paid.
Yeah, but you always do say that. So
I said you can't say someone's picked up. done a review on the day it came out saying it's an unplayable mess when it literally isn't. I put over 80 hours into it and not had a single playability problem with it. Someone actually said it's so bad it makes Legends Arceus look good in comparison. That's not an unbiased review, Pab. Legends Arceus was a fantastic game. And it actually did get nominated for Game of the Year.
It didn't.
But someone on here saying this game's so bad it made that look good. These people are morons, Pab. This is review bombing, Pabby, which is exactly what I says it was.
Can I
this
mute
is
him
just
in
wave
Discord?
after wave of zeros. Doesn't like being proved wrong.
I can't deal with your nonsense that you spout week
Pab,
in, week out.
I'm not saying it's a 10 out of 10 game. I'm saying that it's absolutely fundamentally not a zero game like these people are.
I'm not saying it is a zero game.
Well, but this is what review bombing is, Pab, and you just told me it wasn't being review bombed. I'm telling you there's 1,000 people here giving it 0. The professionals haven't given it a 3, Pab. They've given it a 78. 72,
and that,
sorry.
boys and girls, is Sheepdog's opinion on Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yes, so Disney Dreamlight Valley, yeah. It felt choppy was what I was trying to say, funnily enough, ironically. But no, it's good getting back into it, and I'm glad they're updating it still. Apparently,
You've been playing this as well, haven't you, Anna? Weren't you
Yeah,
doing
with
this earlier?
Andy, because he wanted me to help him with missions. And
Was he trying to do the same thing?
I
Was
have
he trying
no
to get
idea.
Stitch as well?
No, he wanted Wally, so I was doing the Wally thing with him, but it takes forever. You have to get, like, all this seaweed. Can I find seaweed? No.
Got fish for it.
Yeah, I tried that, and all I keep getting is swordfishes and prawns, and I'm just like, for goodness
They're like the premium ones. They're like the most expensive things you can fish. You're a gazillionaire getting annoyed because you've got your £1,000 shrimps or whatever they are.
I just want some seaweed. But I need, like, I don't know, 15 seaweed.
I think I've figured out what you're maybe doing. You're fishing where those circles are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't. Fish somewhere else. Circles are always
okay.
fish. Yeah, seaweed will come in the other... I mean, the other places could still be fish, but they're... they're often
Yeah, I was
seaweed.
I was missing some holes and kept getting bass, so I was just like...
I remember that at uni. It was the worst thing ever.
So I was just like doing the holes, and I was just like, no seaweed, because we've got the beach open, and I can't find seaweed, so that's annoying
Also,
me.
if you've got Moana, finish her quest if you can, and she opens up a really bizarre fishing shop thing where she spends all of her days fishing, and then you just rock up and take it, and you just have whatever you want. And if you keep paying Scrooge McDuck money, he'll say he's upgrading a boat, but it doesn't change appearance in any way, shape, or form. And then she'll give you more fish every day. So I've given that man like 100 grand, and now I get like 20 fish a day. Well, not even 20 fish a day, 20 fish every half an hour. She just goes off and trawls the ocean. I go and steal it all. I sell it to Goofy, who's literally standing next door to her, and walk away with all the money. It's a ludicrous system. If she cut me out as the middleman and sold it all to Goofy directly, she could probably buy a speedboat or some sort of trawling factory. But, you know, I'm the ruler, I'm the king, therefore I get all the money.
Yeah, so we're trying to find seaweed at the moment. We got all the wood from Moana or something, and then he told me to go away, so I left. That's how he lives. He tells me to go away, and I leave him, and I go. I saw him earlier, and he was playing it, so maybe he's still doing it. But it's like you had to find these white flowers, and there's like one, and I'm like, well, where's the other one? It's just so. I don't know what the word is. Tedious sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it does get you. They want a yellow daisy, and all you can find is red daisies. Which
Yeah.
isn't even a thing. Like, ugh.
So I was playing that with him for a bit. What have I played? Have you finished, Sheepdog?
Yeah, you crack on.
Yeah. So I got, what is it called? The something protocol.
Callisto.
Yeah, I got that. I don't play it anymore because
Almost as if Pab predicted that would happen.
I'm not playing that. I don't have the patience for that at the moment. It's weird because I was playing it, and you have to. So there's a way to fight. You have to dodge one way, but you can't dodge that way again. If they come at you, you have to dodge the other way. And when they're at you and you're trying to dodge one way and then dodge the other way and trying to hit them, it just gets a bit hectic, and I don't like it. So I turned the accessibility sorry, my brain is pickled at the moment. The accessibility setting that will dodge for you, that was working, but it wasn't working in the way I wanted it to. So I turned it off, and I tried to do the dodging, and I don't like it. So I haven't got time for that at the moment. It's just that it's been deleted from my hard drive. It will sit over there until like, the thing is, it only cost me like £34, so I'm not like mad at it. I just need to be in the right mind for it, because you know what I mean, you have to be in a certain mindset for that kind of game. So that's deleted. So I bought Midnight Suns instead on the PlayStation because I watched someone play it, and I was like, now I'm gonna have to buy this. It's literally Marvel with XCOM.
My word! Sorry.
Pardon?
Netherlands have just scored a 111th minute equaliser.
That explains why Mrs. Sheepdog was just screaming in the other room. I thought one of the boys had knocked a drink over.
Wow,
That
sorry,
really made me
carry on,
jump.
Anna. That was bonkers.
I was sat wondering whether to take my headset off and go and check if everything was okay. So I'm relieved you explained what that was, because I was so paralysed by I don't know what to do. And I realised that 20 seconds had passed and I hadn't gone to react on whatever had caused her to shout like that. But I'm
Just to
very
clarify,
relieved.
it was a 101st minute equaliser. They didn't play 21 minutes extra. Everyone knows, who cares. But still, 10 minutes of added time. They had a free kick after the 10 minutes had expired and scored from it. It was bonkers. Anna, carry on. Interestingly, with Midnight Suns, just looping back round to that, I watched Anna play some of this, and the first hour of the game is the demo that I played at Comic-Con.
Okay.
So it wasn't a demo at all. It was just the entire first hour of the game, which is mad. To sit you down and play an entire first hour of a game at a convention.
It's tutorial, isn't it? I imagine that's just what they
Yeah,
have to
yeah, it
go
was.
at this point.
Anna, I was
Yeah,
thrown in by the noise and everything. But are you telling me this is like XCOM?
Yep.
Oh my god.
XCOM with Marvel, but with cards and some dating in it, so you can date
Cards.
Iron Man if you
It
want
is.
to.
Having now seen more of it and seen the dating side of it, I am now much more interested than I was when I played it before. Because I like a bit of a dating sim. And this is an excuse for me to play a dating sim while still sounding like a grown-up adult male who isn't just playing a dating sim. So I'm interested in this.
I don't know who the Midnight Suns are. No idea, but I saw
It's
someone.
explained in the bit you've already played.
Yeah, I know that, but I still don't know who they are, where they sit in the Marvel universe. But you have a mother and daughter who fight each other, and you resurrect this hero, the daughter, and that's your character. And I think it can be a male. I'm not sure. I think it could be a male or female, so it could be a mother, son, or mother and daughter. And you're that character, and you can create them. You can have 80s hair. Like, you can never have voluminous hair in games.
As confirmed by the man at Comic-Con, this is the first time you've ever been able to customize a Marvel character in a video game, apparently.
Yeah. So you have, that's your character. And so you at first it's just Doctor Strange and Iron Man, and that's your tutorial about how to use your cards and how they work and whatnot. But like you got your cards. You can like get rid of a card and get another one put in if you don't have one that's going to work for you. You can do that 3 times in a battle. But there's also environmental kills that don't cost any like mana. I want to say that's how I would like put it in that terms. You don't use any power.
You get a certain number of actions, don't you?
Yeah,
and the actions are represented by the
and
cards.
then you get this like side power when you do use a card, and then you can use that to use environmental kills, but it's not, you don't use a card for it. So there's all that going in, but you're Marvel, and that's excellent because like I know like this Blade is in it. I haven't seen Blade in like 20 years. I remember him being in a film, but I haven't seen anything from Blade for like ages, so he's in it. And then there's the 4 other characters who are the Midnight Suns, I think. Like It's Suns, S-U-N, not S-O-N. So that you've got them people. So I don't know who they are. Nico, some Russian
After the
lady.
Runaways.
Yeah, some of them. And then like at the moment in my like, so your base is like in Salem, but it's like the real world can't see it. And in there, I've got not Captain America, Miss Marvel's
Marvel.
there. I've got Doctor Strange is there. I've got Iron Man, and then like all these Midnight Suns. I've got this big cave, a forge, and they're in there doing their technology things, and it's just. And like you can go painting with your friends, and you can hang out and watch a movie, or you can like make like small talk with people, but you can date them. It's very
bottom
weird.
line, it's half dating sim, half XCOM with Marvel over the top of it. It's bonkers.
It's bonkers. It's fun. Like I have been playing it like all week. Just dipping in and out of it. It's because I don't understand the lore. I'm just going along with it. But like I think people who are like really into Marvel will get a lot of stuff out of this. I just don't.
This needs to go on your Christmas list, Sheepdog.
Yeah, it is. I've literally just added it. You might have heard me tapping. Sorry, listeners, if you did. But I was adding it to my Christmas list.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good game that I've been playing. Like you said, I like an XCOM game. This has XCOM, but with instead of like, I don't know, evade or shoot, you have cards. So like you can use whip, and that will whip it into one of the environmental things, and that will like hurt the person behind it. You can make like this Ghost Rider in it, so you can like make a big pool of fire and whip one of the enemies into there. There's just a whole lot of stuff you can do, and like I said, I've barely scratched the surface. Like your base is like enormous. It's so big, and like you can go to open doors with spells, and like I keep hearing about Agatha. Like I know who she is because I've watched Wonder. Oh, Wonder was in it. She was there at some point. She's in there
during the tutorial, isn't she?
Yeah, she's in the sanctum of whatever it is.
She's trying to defend that while you're off doing your own thing.
Exactly. And then, yeah, she has a part in the game. But yeah, fun game.
Can I make a special request, Anna, just before you move on to whatever else you got to talk about? Because Anna's got an ulcer on her tongue at the moment.
I do.
And I just want you to say more words that begin with S, because it's brilliant.
You're so mean. You're
I'm
really,
mean?
really mean. I've got a sore on my tongue. I've not been very well all week, and like it's right. I don't want to like talk because it rubs on my teeth and it's really annoying. So
if we didn't mention it, the listeners were going to mention it. We had to bring it up.
Yes, I have a sore because I've not been very well. So last night, like we said, it was the Gamer Awards. There's some games that have been with release dates. So we've got the Star Wars Jedi that's coming out in March. Very excited for that. We've got
Diablo 4!
Diablo 4 is coming out on the 6th of June. We've got some other things that I've never seen before, but they're coming out in February. We've seen like I did see one. I saw one trailer from the guys, I forget his name, but who made BioShock. Is coming out for a new game. It looks exactly like BioShock. Like you've got flames coming out of your hand. It's like BioShock, but it's just been rejumed. But yeah, I'm all for more BioShocky madness because I do like a BioShock game. But yeah, so we've got a few games coming out. Yippee! We've got like Final Fantasy 16 that was shown last night. So
yeah, I was wondering whether it's worth getting a PS5 for that. Not for Christmas. It would be impossible at this rate. But
no, you can get a PS5 now.
Yeah,
they keep coming out. They're around now.
I don't think Mrs. Sheepdog would allow me to get one either. But might have to play the invalid card and tell her I'm really, really unwell, and this is the only thing that would make me happy.
Tell her she just ruined your podcast by yelling, and you need compensation.
So with the awards last night, it was also announced that Forspoken has demo because that got delayed and delayed. Yes. And now there is a demo out. I installed it this evening after dinner. I played it for a little bit. I really don't know what to think about it because it's like Elix. Have you ever played Elix? Elex or something? It's just like a massive open world, and you go run around. But you run around via like parkour kind of running, so it's not running
Parkour!
straight. Yes, parkour.
Parkour.
You're not running like straight. You're super running and you're jumping about and whatnot. And then you have like these weird powers. So you've got like it's very strange because it just gives you a quick synopsis of the game, and then it drops you in the tutorial, gives you some like basic moves, and then puts you into a world and go, right, here's a world, here's a piece of the world. There's 5 main objectives, but there's like a bunch of other stuff to do. And I was like, okay, what? And I don't know what to make of it. First of all, it was very bright, like just the world was very bright, and I was like, oh, I have to turn like the settings all the way down. I don't know if that was just my TV, but it was very bright. It was hurting my eyes, so I turned all that down. And then I went to like the first objective, which was my house. So I went in my house, and you can sleep there. You can make like your health kits, and then there's like an upgrade system. So and like the upgrade system is your necklace and like your what are them things called that people oh my god, Ugly Betty wore one.
Glasses.
No.
Braces.
A bra.
No. like cowboys wear. But it's got no arms in it. Anyway, it's like
Poncho.
a shawl. Pancho,
Hats.
yeah, that's it. One of them.
You were trying to describe poncho and you went with Ugly Betty wears one.
Yes,
That was the first thing you could think of.
That was so weird, Anna. I was actually
I've
at
been-
braces,
I've been-
glasses.
I've been watching that recently, so I remember that in it, but I couldn't remember the name. So you have like a bunch of these like poncho shawl kind of things, and they all have like different abilities to them. So like the one I'm wearing will automatically heal me up when my health is low. But that's just the one. Like there's a bunch that you can work with. I thought I'm just gonna stick with this one because that's what they've put me in. But it's nice. It's like it's all red. It's got like holes in it, but it's like stylish. It's really nice. And then you've got you. I don't know what this is about, but you can have different patterns on your nails, and it's an actual like, you know how you go on like your menu screen, so you got your map and your world and your whatnot. You've got nails. You can pick the design on your nails. I don't know what they do, but I changed it and I was like, that looks cool. But you can find them in the world. No idea why they're there or what they do. I'm sure we'll find out in the proper game. Weird. And like, yeah, you just run around, pick up resources, and something is like, killed like loads, just killed not everyone, but like most of the people. There's skeletons everywhere, and there's like these weird, I don't even know what they're called, like corpses of people, but they've got wings and they just come at you. And you've got like big rock monsters that you have to beat. You've got crocodiles that are golden and you have to hit them. And there's chests that open, but you can only open them if you kill a certain amount of enemies. And then there's like these runic rooms. So you go into a room, that's where like people are hiding, and you have to keep the enemies away from them for a certain time. It's weird. Because it's just plonked during the game. I have no idea what the concept. You are from New York. You're put into this world. That's about as much as I know. But like you said, it's a demo. It's nothing like, from what I remember from years ago, it looks nothing like that. But like I said, it's a demo. It gives you a taste of whatever this game is. I'm not really sure. I've not really talked because you have like this special cuff and it talks to you, which is very weird. Because I was fighting and this man was talking to me. I was like, well, you are clearly like a woman. Why do you have like this very manly voice? But apparently your cuff is a guy and he talks to you. It's very strange, but it's out there in the world. It's on PlayStation 5. Just go onto Forspoken, go onto like buy, go down, there's a demo. It's something free. It's something to do over your Christmas like time if you get a PS5 and you want to look at a game that's not out. Expect them playing it in a convention that obviously wasn't out then. But yeah, lots of things coming. and I'm excited. I've not played God of War. I'm finishing that on my holiday because I'm taking my PS5 with me in my little suitcase. And while the boys are watching football, I'm just going to be in a room playing the last bit of God of War because it is a great game. But yeah, I wanted to take it away with me, so I've just left it on the side. But that's all I've played. Oh, and did you know that Dead Cells
It is Dead Ellis.
is now on the phone. I was on because I got three months of arcade, so I was having a look, and apparently Dead Cells is on there. I was like, that is very strange. I've never seen that. I've just tried playing it. I wouldn't recommend it unless you've got one of them fancy pads, because that's why I always don't like mobile games. Because we had one of them backbone things. It wasn't backbone, it was by someone else, and I liked having the buttons, but yeah, I don't like playing on the phone. But yeah, Dead Cells is on phone. I didn't know that. So yeah, Pab, over to you. What have you been playing?
Yeah, Pab.
What have I been playing?
Probably video games, knowing you.
Some.
I realise why he's in a mood, by the way, before he gets going. I'm actually in more of a mood now. It's because when he came on, I immediately swore at him and told him off for removing his Christmas list from being visible on Amazon. That's what's got his back up in it, Pab.
You are a monster.
So, I have played some more God of War. I think I'm on board again.
I see. And why is that? What have you been doing?
I am just 20 hours in now.
Okay.
Just a lot more than I have been playing. What can I say that I have done to say where I am? I've just met up with Fenrir again.
Okay.
I don't even know whether that even going to make. It sounds like a logical thing to say, and I think you probably would remember that. But then again, there's probably so much that's gone on after you've been playing since. So.
Oh, you've met up with him again?
Yes.
Are we on about that spirit that happened right at the start?
Yes.
You've already there? Only 20 hours? Wow. Okay.
Oh, I'm giving up on side quests.
Oh,
I'm not playing side quests.
Fair enough.
I just come to the realization that side quests are just padding, and for the sake of me getting some cooler looking armor or whatever it is, or some more materials, I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I dropped it down to story. I don't care. Yeah. There was a side quest. I will do a side quest if it's literally in front of me, which it was the case yesterday.
Your front quest, then?
It might as well have been. There was a quest where you have to put a sword in a stone and then fight a big fella.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do that side quest because I died 4 times trying to do it, and I just went, no, I'm not even going to bother then. This is on story, and I can't. They are hard. It's really difficult.
They are really hard, yeah.
So I just went, all right, never mind. Just carried on walking straight down, main quest path. I'm just going to walk past it then. And
yeah, you can. You don't have to do it.
I'm just past caring now. Where I want to see the story. That's all I'm there for.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to the point where I realise that I always was using Atreus to be using these arrows a lot.
Yeah.
And then I quickly realised he's better just at melee. He's so much more powerful at just beating people up. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just going to do that then. I just shoot him as I'm running towards them, and then when I get close enough, I just beat the hell out of him. I was always trying to step back from enemies, trying to shoot them with the arrows, and I was like, no, why am I doing that? Just fight them. So I do have my new weapon. They have drop near. It drop near? Sounds right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Drop near. The magic ring.
Yes.
It is.
Yes. Oh gosh, you are far. Okay.
Yeah. See, what spurred me on is I listened to a podcast earlier in the week, and someone said they finished it at 35 hours.
Wow. Okay.
And that was with doing not 100% of everything, but doing stuff. So I was thinking, okay, this seems
doable.
This was me at 15, 16 hours as well when I heard this. So I was like, okay, so this seems doable then. So I'm hoping to have it done. I expect I'll probably have it done by the Game of the Year show.
Okay.
So I might be back on board. But I know we might have to. We might have to
sorted, have we?
We might have to scupper our things and work something out anyway. We might have to.
We can have two winners.
Curtail all this anyway.
I won't allow collusion.
We're gonna have to collude. So yeah, I've played enough, and I'm like I say, I'm enjoying the story again. I feel like I'm just on the precipice of it being like that bit that pushes you over the edge to like, I'm gonna play this to finish the story non-stop now. I'm just gonna push to finish this to get the story because I want the story now. Whereas before I was playing to get to that moment of like the story grabbing me enough to push me in the right direction to want to play it. But now I feel like I'm pretty much there. So that's God of War. I will continue to play it. I'll probably finish it. Actually, I won't finish it next week. I'm not going to be at home next week, so I'm not going to have a PlayStation. Exactly. I'm not going to have a PlayStation next week.
Are you going on holiday with Kev?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I'll be in the hot tub
secret announcement.
Yeah.
Pab, if you want this game to win Game of the Year, I've got a proposition for you. Several years ago, I gave you a PS4. I rigged a raffle so that you would take over PS4.
We didn't break it. Don't say
you
that.
You want to return the favour and give me a PS5, and I'll gladly play God of War and vote for it in the Game of the Year. He's thinking about it.
He's mulling it over, isn't he? Yeah.
I don't have choice words. I'm thinking, do I want to edit swear words out, or shall I just stay quiet?
Just let me know when you're going to swear, and I'll throw one of these in.
Yeah, but yeah,
I didn't hear anything.
Very
I'll hear
uptight
it in the
tonight,
edit.
Pabby. What's going on?
So the other game I've played, and no, let's be fair, I have played probably about an hour of Pokemon, just doing bits and pieces. So I have played a little bit of it.
But it was a good hour, wasn't it?
You loved it.
To be fair, I will have my Switch next week, and pretty much only my Switch. So I'll probably play a lot more Pokemon next week. Just it's just something to do while I've got some video on, or listening to an audiobook or something.
Or while we're chatting in the hot tub.
Yes, exactly. So I've played a bit of that, and the big thing I've played, well, the other big thing I've played is something I always talk about, which is Fortnite. And I'm telling you, because it is the new chapter has started.
Whoop, whoop.
New chapter. The end of chapter 3 ended last Saturday. We said goodbye to Brie Larson. She went off into the portal thing, whoever it was. And now there is a whole new map, whole new weapons. Well, within reason, whole new weapons. There is now like it's like an ability. You gain abilities as you progress through the actual game. So it's like every couple of minutes there'll be like a perk thing that comes up on the screen. You can pick one of the abilities. I think there's a lot of them, and I haven't unlocked all of them. I feel like you unlock them randomly or for doing something. And I don't know that yet, but I haven't got abilities that some people have. Some people have got abilities where you can see where the next circle is going to be, or abilities that give you like a special weapon. I don't have those yet, but I have abilities that gives me a fishing rod and jellyfish. I'm like, great.
Fish.
Yeah, you've been able to fish in that game for a long time. You fish to
But
get.
are people going to shoot you?
Yeah, they will do if you see you. They fish to get. You get health items or weapons from fishing.
I see.
But so now I'm kind of like, as I always am at the start of a new season. This is a whole new chapter. So I'm kind of on the fence with it, where I know I will eventually like it, but as it right now, it's really it's not. I got good at last season, and for him to just complete, because it's the end of a chapter, it's like the whole new map, whole new kind of like sort of way the game plays a little bit. It's going to take some getting used to I'm not as good anymore as there's no sniper rifles anymore. I got good at sniper rifles finally. I don't like sniper rifles ever. Last season, I kind of got good at using them, and now they're gone again. And bows are back. So we've got bows to deal with, and I don't know. It is what it is. I'm working through the battle pass. Hulk's in it, Doomslayer's in it, and Geralt from The Witcher is in the battle pass. So we'll crack on. We'll get that finished as we always do. And I probably won't play any of that next week either because I'll be away from my PC. So,
where are you going?
My dad's going to New York, so I'm staying.
Are you going with him?
No, I'm staying at his house for the week, looking after
Fair
the dog
enough.
and whatever. So that's where I'll be. I'm only 5 minutes away, but
Take your PlayStation with you.
I can't be bothered.
It's got 2 wires in a box.
Oh, but it's just a massive. It's a box that's massive. It's like I did it last time when I went, and I played a lot of Horizon when I did that, and I might still do it, but I kind of think I could. I've got my Steam Deck. I've got my Switch.
That's true. Yeah, you have them.
And there's potential of Immortals Phoenix Rising coming to Steam, so I'll probably buy that again. I never
What
really
is?
did Immortals Phoenix Rising, and I like that game.
Oh, is that not on
No, it's on
PC
Uplay.
yet?
It's already on PC. I've already got it on PC, but it's on Uplay. But that doesn't work on a
With
Steam
my
Deck.
PC, gave
Okay.
it away.
It's that'll have been a Uplay code, Sheepdog. So I've got it on Uplay, but you can't.
haven't got it on
you can't.
Steam.
It doesn't work through Steam. I saw Valhalla came to Steam this week, Assassin's Creed, and I went, oh. I already own it on Uplay. I don't need it, but then I was like, but you could play it on the Steam Deck though, couldn't you? And it's like 16 quid. It's on sale, like 67% off, and I went,
That's not bad.
I stopped myself. I was like, no, you've got Odyssey. Odyssey is on your Steam Deck. Just play that. Just play that. You've still done about a quarter of Odyssey. Play that one. So I don't know. I'll have a Steam Deck and Switch, so I probably will have Pokemon to talk about next week. Whether I'll have done tons more, who knows?
The Witcher update's
love
out
with
this
it,
week,
Pabby.
isn't it, as well?
Possibly. I don't know what I'm going to do. With I probably won't use any of them. I probably won't use any of them. Just be on my iPad watching YouTube and Twitch and sorts of things. That is your lot. That is everything I've got.
Well, I suppose we'll wrap things up there then, boys and girls, while I continue to watch the extra time in Netherlands versus Argentina. If you do want to find out more, there's nothing you're going to find out. Just follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast or follow me at Lelujo.
And I'm at RB6K.
I'm at Mr. Lelujo.
And out Pab 1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Tulip it.
Thanks for listening, folks.